The version of discipline that we were all taught at a young age was actually never designed to last. At least not indefinitely. Me, you, everybody and their mom, we have all been sold this idea that discipline means hustling harder, being super motivated, and just constantly ignoring how we feel all the time. And you know, maybe that does work for you for a few weeks, but then you just can't sustain that anymore. And you realize that those patterns, those cycles are no longer serving you. You're feeling extra tired. Maybe you're having a bad week. And the last thing you want to do is go work out, go to the gym, eat healthy, and work on all your goals. And you're constantly telling people that you're in a slump, you're in a rut, or that you're just simply down bad. And that, my friends, is a term we love to call burnout. So if you've been noticing recently that you're feeling constantly overwhelmed, constantly feeling like you're behind, then this video is for you. Because today I'm not here to tell you to try harder or hustle harder. This season of your life isn't about hustle culture. It's about soft discipline. Soft discipline is not forcing yourself to change every single little last thing about yourself. It's about building a life that you can actually see yourself sustaining mentally, physically, spiritually, long term. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to practice the soft discipline lifestyle so that you can actually create a routine that you're proud of. If you're new here, hi, my name is Gabriella. I make videos all about self-improvement, wellness, lifestyle. So if that is your sort of thing, definitely subscribe and stick around. Why you should let go of the hustle style of discipline. Hustle culture is built on the foundation that your self-worth should only be tied to external things, such as being a super disciplined person, reaching certain big milestones in your life, and once again, just any sort of external accomplishment that you can showcase to the world. But none of that is actually going to fulfill the low self-worth that external validation is trying to fulfill. When you tie your worth to a milestone and you hustle your way to this end goal, you are basically telling yourself, I am not enough as I am right now, but I will be once I hit that goal. Research actually shows that perfectionism, which is constantly linked to the hustle culture lifestyle, is actually strongly associated with higher levels of burnout, stress, anxiety, and emotional dysregulation. So that's why embracing the soft discipline lifestyle is actually better for you in the long run. Understanding soft discipline. So let's actually dive deeper into what soft discipline actually means. Because we definitely don't want to fall victim to, okay, soft discipline means that I can just do whatever I want and just get away with not really prioritizing my goals. Soft discipline is still discipline, hence the word discipline. We still have structure, we still have consistency. You need to realize that the second that life gets in the way, maybe you're tired, maybe you're going through a lot of personal changes that are simply out of your control, and you're now feeling so overwhelmed, the likelihood of you still doing everything at your max capacity steadily drops. So that's where soft discipline comes in, and it's basically building habits that are actually going to support your growth and your central nervous system, which I can make a whole video on how to regulate your central nervous system if you guys are interested in something like that, and building habits that are supporting your confidence and your self-worth. Soft discipline really looks like choosing the routines that help you feel more grounded, regulating your emotions so that you can show up for yourself and for your loved ones, and having a minimum version of my habits that I can still accomplish on days where I have lower energy, so that I know I'm still honoring my healthy habits regardless of my mood. It's so important to replace the all or nothing mindset with actual consistency that you can stick to on a daily basis. Understanding why consistency feels so hard. The best way to outgrow a bad habit, break a cycle, or build a routine that is actually meant to last is to really understand why it is that you're struggling in the first place. Most people never ask themselves that question. Instead, they just simply label themselves as lazy, inconsistent, or unmotivated. Maybe you can't stick to your workout routine. Maybe you keep procrastinating studying for your classes. You are struggling to wake up early, or just simply constantly falling behind on all the goals that you set for yourself. Over time, those experiences, they compound and they form your identity. You stop thinking I'm struggling with consistency and start believing I am just an inconsistent person. Going to the gym usually isn't hard because the workout itself is hard. Eating super healthy usually isn't really difficult because prepping food is some sort of rocket science challenge. More often than not, those habits feel hard because you're already overwhelmed before you've even done any of them. And when you're overwhelmed like that, your brain naturally starts looking for ways to get you out of that extremely stressed state of mind. So then you skip one workout, and then another. You avoid studying because it feels mentally exhausting. You miss one morning alarm and then you feel guilty for the rest of the day. But that guilt, it does not motivate you. It just drains your energy even more. So instead of asking yourself, how can I become more disciplined? Try asking yourself, what stress am I carrying that I haven't dealt with? What story am I telling myself about why I can't do this? What would this habit look like if I made it easier instead of harder? Is my routine realistic for the season of life I'm in right now? And if no one could see my progress, would I still want this goal? The people who seem the most disciplined are not perfect. They simply stop treating days that they've missed like days that they've completely failed. They know that showing up imperfectly will always beat not showing up at all, and that's how they're winning the game. I genuinely think the more simple you keep your routine, the more realistic it is for you to stick to it. And that's why I always recommend just choosing 3 non-negotiable habits. These habits become your foundation. Even on your busiest days, you know that you're still taking care of yourself in some way. For me, my 3 non-negotiables are absolutely no screen time the first hour within waking up. The way that you start your morning sets the tone for the entire day. When the first thing you do is immediately pick up your phone and you're constantly consuming everybody else's thoughts, opinions, highlight reels, you are naturally going to feel so overwhelmed, and suddenly you're comparing your life to everybody else's beliefs, thoughts, opinions, and thinking about everything that you need to do or that you aren't already doing. So give yourself the chance to start your day off right, feeling more grounded and not already feeling so behind. Then I will move my body in some sort of way, whether or not that's going to the gym or going on a walk outdoors. And I will always drink a full glass of water before I drink any sort of caffeine. And for you, those habits, they might look different. Maybe it's making your bed, spending the time to do some gratitude journaling, reading a few pages out of a book, opening the blinds, getting sunlight in your eyes, going for a walk and getting some fresh air, taking your vitamins, or simply just really slowing down in your morning routine and letting that be the time of day where you really prioritize yourself. So self-discipline is about creating systems that support the version of yourself that you're trying to become, and to make those choices the easier choice for yourself. Because as humans, we actually thrive better with routines. Use tools to support your consistency. One thing I think that people underestimate when it comes to consistency is that you don't have to rely on your willpower all the time. Your brain is already carrying so much, as we talked about before. It's carrying all your responsibilities that you have to do, your emotions, your stress, things you need to remember. So expecting yourself to remember everything, to stay super motivated and execute everything perfectly is just another way of creating so much pressure on yourself. So use tools to your advantage and use them as ways to help you stay consistent. One of my favorite tools for consistency and staying on track with all your goals is Notion. You can use it as your weekly planner to plan out your week ahead, or you can make a to-do list for one particular day. The best thing is that it's completely free and super simple to use, and it comes with a habit tracker so that you can stay on top of your habits super easily. It also is really satisfying to check off things that you get done, and that alone serves as a good indicator to your brain that you're taking action and actually making progress towards your goals. If you're someone who gets overwhelmed very easily, I'd recommend just choosing 5 things to add to your to-do list that need to get done in that particular day. That way you aren't seeing 25 things that you wish you could get done and you're already feeling defeated before getting done any of it. Journaling is another tool that I think can be really helpful. It helps you understand yourself better and meet yourself where you're currently at and reflect on your progress. Tracking your progress is something I think everyone should do more of. Every single time you write down that workout that you completed, that you went to bed earlier, studied for an hour, or showed up for yourself in some sort of way, you're creating evidence that you are becoming the person you said you were going to be. Not only does journaling serve as a great way to track your progress, it also lowers stress, helps you process any sort of trauma, and also builds self-awareness on the challenges that you're currently facing. And the last tool that I love for consistency is using my phone to set reminders and alarms with notes attached to them on specific things that I need to keep track of. For example, if I know that I need to get something done later on at 11 o'clock in the morning, I can set an alarm with a note saying, go on a walk for 10 minutes, clean out my closet, respond back to XYZ email. And this alone removes so much stress from your day. Now you're no longer forcing yourself to just remember things by chance. You're setting up actionable tools to make sure that things get done and making it a lot easier on yourself in a way that is super simple. I'm here to be your older sister and tell you that if you are genuinely always feeling like you are falling behind every single month, that you always fall off every single week, and you're just feeling anxious about starting over again, you are not lazy, you are not broken, and you are not behind. You have just been building discipline in a way that's been making you hate yourself and your life. So I want you, me, everyone and their mom to stop putting so much pressure on ourselves to have it all together perfectly. Just pick a few habits that make you feel good, make them realistic enough for you, and just start showing up for yourself in a way that you can actually repeat. And have it come from a place of genuine love for yourself and not from a place of insecurity and external validation. So if you're going to start embracing the soft discipline lifestyle, I want you to comment down below. I'm on my soft discipline journey. If this video helped you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps support my channel. It helps other people find this video. I'd love for you guys to subscribe and come hang out with me on TikTok and Instagram, where I post daily updates, more lifestyle, more motivation, and more self-improvement tips. You got this, girl. I believe in you, and I will see you back again same time next week for another video. Bye guys.